Good morning everyone. In this part we are going to discuss the limitations of Bohr's model. But before that, giving a quick recap to the previous models, the first model to explain the structure of atom was Thomson's model. According to that model, the positive charge is spreaded uniformly and the negative charge is embedded in it. But the experiment conducted by Rutherford, according to that model, that experiment, it gave a drawback to the Thomson's model because the Rutherford's model was totally the opposite of Thomson's model. According to Rutherford's model, the positive charge is in the center and the negative charges around the positively charged center. But that structure, that model also have the drawback that structure was not able to explain the stability of the atom and the new developments, that is dual nature of electromagnetic radiation and atomic spectra. Those developments gave a drawback to the Rutherford's model because Rutherford's model was not able to explain the structure of a spectrum of an atom. Then these developments helped Niels Bohr to propose his model, and he said that in an atom the center is positively charged and the electrons, they revolve around the positively charged center in particular orbits which have particular energy, which are termed as energy levels, and during their revolution they do not liberate the energy. Hence he was able to explain the drawback of Rutherford's model, that he was able to explain the stability of the atom. Also he said that there are energy levels in the atom. Because of that concept, he was able to explain the hydrogen spectrum also. But now the new developments and new discoveries, they become the cause for the drawbacks of Bohr's model. The first was, it could not explain the atomic spectrum of the atoms containing more than one electron. If we go behind and study, the Bohr gave his theory on hydrogen atom and hydrogen-like ions, means those atoms and ions which contain one electron only. If the number of electrons are more than one, then his concept was not applicable appropriately on those atoms. The second was, it was not able to predict the spectral lines between two energy levels. जब ध्यान से देखा गया तो दो एनर्जी लेवल्स के बीच में और भी कुछ फाइन लाइंस देखने को मिली, लेकिन बोहर के मॉडल ने उन फाइन लाइंस के बारे में कोई डिस्क्रिप्शन नहीं दिया. दैट इज व्हाई दिस बिकम्स द ड्रॉबैक ऑफ बोहर्स मॉडल. थर्ड वाज स्टार्क इफेक्ट, व्हिच वाज नॉट एक्सप्लेन्ड. व्हाट स्टार्क इफेक्ट इज that the lines which were obtained in the spectrum, if electric field is applied on them, those lines they get splitted into finer lines. But this concept was not explained by Bohr's model. Similarly, Zeeman effect. This effect is when magnetic field is applied on the spectral lines, those spectral lines they get splitted into finer lines. But again, this was not explained by Bohr's model. The next was, it was not able to explain the ability of atoms to form molecules by chemical bonding and directional bonding between atoms. And the last is that new developments, that is dual nature of matter and uncertainty principle. When the scientists they come to know about these two concepts which were not explained by Bohr, then this also become a drawback of Bohr's model, which was proposed by Niels Bohr to explain the structure of atom. And now in the next we are going to discuss about the dual nature of matter and uncertainty principle.